Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Agricultural laws and reforms. Agricultural laws and reforms are those laws guiding the acquisition and utilization of agricultural lands. The land tenure. Land tenure is defined as a system of land ownership or acquisition by individuals, family, community, or government agency, either for temporary or permanent use. Land tenure could be classified into the communal land tenure, the land tenure by inheritance, the leasehold system, the land tenure by rent, land tenure by purchase of freehold, land tenure by free gift or pledge, individual land tenure, and tenure at the will of the government. The communal land tenure is a type of tenure where the land belongs to the entire community. The community may be a family, clan, or village. Every member of the community has the right to use the land for agriculture but cannot sell any portion of it. The head of the community, who may be a chief, an oba, obi, emir, or a bale, decides how the land is to be divided among members for farming purposes, usually at the beginning of each planting season. The system relies on the availability of large area of land that can be shared to each member of the community. In this type of tenure, each member of the community has easy access to the land. There is cooperative farming in this type of tenure. There is large-scale farming or plantation agriculture. Then land here is cheap to acquire as no cost is involved. The land tenure by inheritance. This is a type of land tenure in which land is inherited from one's parent or from one generation to another. In Nigeria, land for agricultural activities are mainly acquired through inheritance. The land so inherited from a single parent is shared among all his children, and this eventually leads to fragmentation of the land. This type of tenure gives the owner complete freedom on the land. The owner may sell the land, leave it to fallow, farm on the land, or rent it out. The land can be used as collateral for agricultural loans. The land tenure by rent. In this system, the farmer rents the land for use over a short period of time, during which certain amount of money is paid as rent for the use of it. At the end of the period, the agreement may be reviewed if the landlord so desires. This type of tenure makes use of available land for agricultural purposes. The land is efficiently used and maintained for maximum production within the short period. The leasehold system. The leasehold system is a type of land tenure that requires the payment of certain amount of money for the use of the land over a stated period of time. In other words, leasehold tenure system is a special contract existing between a person called the leaseor and another called the lessee. In other words, leasehold tenure system is a special contract existing between a person called the leaseor and another called the lessee for the lease of a piece of land for a specified period of years, which may be 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. The lessee will exercise his rights on the use and maintenance of the land for the period of lease. This type of tenure system ensures the use of available land. It enables the farmer to maximize the use of the land in terms of maintenance of soil fertility in order to improve the productivity of crops. Land tenure by purchase or freehold. In this type of land tenure, a farmer buys a piece of land for agricultural purposes. He pays certain amount of money to the landlord and the land becomes his personal property. This type of land tenure gives the owner complete freedom on the land. He may sell the land, leave it fallow, farm on the land, or rent it out. The owner can use the land as collateral for agricultural loans. Land tenure by free gift or pledge. This is a type of land tenure system in which land is donated or given out of goodwill or free of charge, in appreciation or as an incentive. The new owner does not need to pay any money. This type of land tenure system ensures the maximum use of land for increased production. Plantation agriculture can be practiced in this type of land tenure system. This type can be used as security to obtain loan. Individual land tenure system is a type. Individual land tenure system is a system of land ownership or acquisition by an individual. Land tenure at the will of the government. This is a system of land tenure in which a piece of land is given or allocated to a farmer by the government. The land belongs to the government and the farmer has to pay certain amount of money to the government for using such land, usually for a stipulated period of time. In this system of land tenure, farmers can easily have access to land. The land is wisely used for productive purposes. The land is cheap to acquire, and the land can easily be improved by way of fertilizer application. Land Use Decree. The Land Use Act was promulgated by the Federal Military Government of Nigeria on March 29, 1978. It takes care of the inadequacies that comes with land ownership in Nigeria. The decree states that all land in the country is vested in the federal government to be held in trust for the people. The decree empowers each state to act on behalf of the federal government in all matters related to land use in the state. It also states that before anyone could be legally recognized as owning any piece of land, he must have applied to the government, paid for the land, and thereafter be issued with a certificate of occupancy, that is, the C of O. Every Nigerian is qualified to acquire land for use once they have attained the age of 21 years. It is a reform essentially aimed at encouraging proper, productive, and efficient use of land. The decree stipulates that individuals can only use a piece of land for 99 years, after which the land reverts to the government. It also provides that farmers should not be allocated more than 500 hectares of land for crop production or 5,000 hectares for grazing purposes. Aims of Land Use Decree includes 1. It encourages proper, productive, and efficient use of land. It allocates land and creates the opportunities for enterprising farmers to acquire land for large-scale farming. Land Use Decree facilitates planning or formation of programs for a particular land use. It streamlines and simplifies the management and ownership of land in the country. It removes the unpleasant controversies which the land had generated in Nigeria. Implications of the Land Use Act. With the decree, individual ownership of land now ceases, and the only relationship between an individual and the land is that of use. It also ensures that whoever requires the land for any purpose and has the ability to make optimum use of it will always obtain it. The decree does not dispose any Nigerian of his acquired property which is being lawfully and optimally used. The decree is out to prevent the practice whereby land speculators buy up large tracts of land with absolutely no intention of immediate or future use. The decree also allows any individual above 21 to apply for C of O. Advantages of Land Use Decree. Advantages of Land Use Decree includes 1. It enables land to be used properly and efficiently. People can acquire land anywhere in Nigeria because of this decree. Land Use Decree makes provision for the acquisition of large hectares of land for large-scale farming. C of O enables individuals to obtain loan from the bank. It also curbs the excesses of land speculators. Disadvantages of Land Use Decree. Disadvantages of Land Use Decree includes 1. It enables very few and wealthy individuals to acquire more land. The procedure involved in acquisition of land is too rigid for an average Nigerian. There is conflicting interest between the state and the federal government on who has the absolute power over land. Land Use Decree delays the execution of projects as it takes a very long time to acquire C of O. Land Use Decree makes land held by inheritance insecure. It also creates room for irregularities as many land speculators may backdate land agreements before the decree.